We are going to take a look at the pros of this tablet, as well as the cons. We will discuss about each of these benefits in their appropriate categories. By the end of this video you should be armed with enough knowledge to help you decide to buy this tablet or avoid it. And we start. It's quite obvious at this price range this tablet will offer you the worst. Do you enjoy taking notes or drawing on your tablet? If so, this Samsung product will disappoint you, since it lacks. The last thing I personally hated about this device is the very slow. Right now, unlike the Tab S9 FE series we have, for brilliantly tuned quad speakers by AKG. Sample coming shortly. Unlike most mid-range tablets we have our much appreciated headphone jack. Although I'm not a fan of the minuscule storage Samsung is providing, you have the option to expand that via a microSD card slot, up to 1 TB. Unfortunately, if you use a lot of apps or you play a lot of games, you don't have a choice than to pay Samsung more money for the 128GB storage version, to have plenty of room to install your applications. The 64GB version will run out faster. It's quite obvious at this price range this tablet will offer you the worst data transfer speeds via an OTG cable, whilst transferring files in or out of the tablet. This tablet also lacks sufficient hardware for connecting to an external monitor via an HDMI cable using its USB-C 2.0 port. At the moment these are all the benefits and downsides of this tablet, in this particular category, but it also lacks this feature in terms of its design, which I will talk about thoroughly in its appropriate category. And yet we also have more pros and cons for you to uncover. There will be links in the description if this device piques your interest. Do you enjoy taking notes or drawing on your tablet? If so, this Samsung product will disappoint you, since it lacks the support for an S Pen. But capacitive stylus work, although they are nowhere near the high quality of Samsung's S Pens. Another thing I hated is being limited to Full HD playback on YouTube. Fortunately it's also Full HD for Netflix. If I told you this device also has the same refresh rate as the Tab S9 FE series, you would definitely be impressed, which is true since they all offer 90Hz refresh rate. Just looking at the large price difference this is amazing. To be fair, a TFT display on a $600 tablet like the Tab S9 FE Plus is criminal. But for a $200 tablet, it's acceptable. Although there are two downsides with this display. Firstly, its resolution is not the best, at 1920 by 1200. Secondly, the color accuracy is not quite as good as an IPS display. But does watching videos or movies on this display horrible? Not at all. For the price it does a tremendous job. I can almost guarantee you and most people will have no problems with this TFT display. At this point here are all the pros and cons we have discussed about. Of course more are coming. If there was ever a tablet you should not buy, primarily for cameras this is it. If you ever find yourself trying to find your phone, at the same time you need to attend an emergency video call, then I would suggest using the front-facing camera of this tablet. With its low megapixels, you definitely need to be in a very well-lit environment. The 5-megapixel front camera can film up to 1080p resolution, whilst the 8-megapixel rear camera is more than decent for taking photos or scanning QR codes. This tablet is missing a certain feature, which I pointed out earlier. This feature might come in handy especially if you live in a country with load shedding. Yes, it is missing a flashlight. Good luck with those candles. This affordable Samsung still is bringing you features previously reserved for much pricier Samsung devices like Samsung DeX, which is available on this device. Like I mentioned earlier, you cannot connect to an external monitor. Hence, to be more productive with Samsung DeX, utilizing the Pogo pin connectors on the bottom or using a Bluetooth mouse and keyboard will be the best productive alternative. I will have links to the best compatible and affordable Bluetooth keyboard and mouse in the description. We will also receive Android 14 and 15, as well as security updates up until 2027. Of course, Samsung's One UI software will be on top of Android, offering more robust multitasking features and overall providing the best software experience possible. For an entry-level tablet, This device is providing almost similar, in some cases better performance than the likes of the Tab S6 Lite 2022 edition. As we look at Geekbench results, there are two reasons driving me to this conclusion. Firstly, this device has 90 Hz refresh rate. Its rival the S6 Lite lacks this. Unfortunately, this tablet becomes the better choice for gaming. At the same time, this higher refresh rate makes this device feel better when interacting with the software. Secondly, the Snapdragon 695 processor is a very capable processor which will obliterate most basic to moderate talks, especially the 8GB version. Before we discuss about the last downside of this tablet, these are all the benefits as well as the cons we have discussed about. If you are an impatient person who dislikes having to wait, the last thing I personally hated about this device, which is the very slow charging speed, will definitely offend you too. I mean, you may have to wait for 3 hours or more to fully refill the 7040 mAh battery with 15-watt charging. It's capable of lasting for 6 to 8 hours on moderate usage. At the same time, a full day at light usage. At this point, you know all the pros and cons of this device. Taking a close look at the cons, whilst factoring the price and the benefits of this tablet, I believe this is an affordable tablet that deserves your attention. Especially on a budget and you want an entertainment device with amazing quad speakers, this is your sample. Links in description if interested in this device. Thanks for watching.